Most people know the terms heavy metal and death metal, even if they're one of those assholes who thinks it's all under the umbrella of screamo. Others have a working knowledge of more well-known genres like thrash and black metal. Then, there are metal subgenres that are almost exclusively known by learned metalheads, and here are 10 of them right now. Number 1. Pirate metal. Okay, picture Patchy the Pirate from SpongeBob SquarePants doing vocals for a metal band, and that's pretty much pirate metal in a nutshell. As with Viking metal, pirate metal relies heavily on thematic concepts. You can get nautical with bands like Ailstorm and Swashbuckle, who love nothing more than swashbuckling and drinking rum with their keytars and salty wenches. Number 2. Porno grind. This is where the oversized chalkboard with the metal family tree gets rolled out into the classroom and Jack Black feverishly tries to explain subgenres of metal. First came grindcore, then came gore grind, then came porno grind. Porno grind was fathered by the German metal band Gut in 1991. The name pretty much nails the description, pun very much intended, as porno grind is a type of metal that features ridiculously sexual band names and song titles such as Guts' Let Me Be Your Sperm Factory from the Comeback 2006. The subject matter and imagery are super pornographic, but good luck understanding the low, garbling vocals. Number 3. Funeral doom. As if doom metal wasn't dreary enough, funeral doom combines the slow, sludgy nature of doom with the tones of a funeral dirge. The key element in a true funeral doom song is either the use of an organ or a keyboard that imitates the sound of an organ. To make things all the more theatrical, the funeral doom band Skepticism love to wear formal suits and coattails when they play live. Check them out. Number 4. Viking metal. What separates Viking metal from other types of death metal is mainly the subgenre's lyrical and visual concepts. Viking metal bands like Amon Amarth are heavily inspired by Norse mythology and Viking lore. There's no better example than their record Twilight of the Thunder God, whose cover artwork is an almost apocalyptic image of Thor wielding his legendary hammer. Number 5. Suicidal black metal. If you're brave enough to look up the cover of Shinings Through Years of Oppression, that's a pretty good visual example of suicidal black metal. Musically, most of the bands in the genre combine droning doom with snippets of complex instrumentation, and vocals are typically screeching and wailing, of which Life Lover is a brilliant example. The overall mood is to lull the listener into a kind of hypnotic, depressive state. Number 6. Black and roll. As you may gather, this metal subgenre involves the combination of black metal and rock and roll. Thinking of it abstractly, this doesn't seem like a very good match. In fact, if you've never heard black and roll before, it's probably not a sound you can even imagine. However, the two genres blended together work surprisingly well. Kvelertak is a band that is extremely adept at seamlessly intertwining the two sounds. Also, in the same sphere is Death and Roll, of which Entombed's Wolverine Blues is the first true example. Number 7. Folk metal. For the LARPers out there, folk metal combines the uses of traditional folk instruments such as the flute, bagpipes, and even a hurdy-gurdy with the rough vocals and guitar riffs expected of traditional heavy metal. Evaiti is a quintessential folk metal band that not only makes use of those folk instruments, but also employs traditional folk rhythms. They also often include forest or woodland imagery in their lyrics. Number 8. Death Doom. Welcome to a subgenre within a subgenre. Doom metal is already a subgenre of metal that's recognized by its long, drawn-out chords and its otherworldly, deep vocals. Death doom metal takes regular doom and injects it with a little more energy and a few more dynamics, like the bands Swallow the Sun and Paradise Lost. Number 9. Post-metal. Like other post-genres, post-metal takes its time expanding upon the fundamental characteristics of the metal genre. Post-metal bands like ISIS, not that ISIS, tend to focus more on letting the instrumentals tread winding pathways than attacking with straightforward riffs and vocals. Look no further than Neurosis, great pioneers of the subgenre, beginning with their third record, Souls at Zero. And number 10, battle metal. After hearing all about Viking metal and pirate metal, odds are you can guess what battle metal is all about. The bands are lyrically, sonically, and visually centered around the concept of war. Bands like Sabaton establish the same kind of rhythm one would hear while listening to the drums of war. And those are just 10 in the eternal list of subgenres in heavy metal. Did we miss your favorite? Tell us in the comment section below. Make sure to go to loudwire.com for all your daily rock and metal news. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at GramWire, and we'll see you next time.